Should I ask my players what they want to see in my campaign or give them a list and they tell me what they would prefer to have more of? So I think there's a lot of good ways to do it. I come at this my background outside of making foam. Yeah. I can't really say this is my career. No, my professional background is a bit of like kind of user experience and product development work. And so what I lean on there is kind of like, just like customer feedback or user feedback in general. And I think that because of that, my mind goes to not asking specifically what somebody wants from a game, but what are things that they like, what are movies, what are stories, what are characters that they like, what are exciting stories that they still think about, what are their favorite characters from like adventure, sci-fi, fantasy, and use that to sort of kind of start to build that list. I think it's fine, especially with experienced players too, to say like, hey, um, you know, try using this statement. Like, if we play this entire campaign and we never do a heist, I'll be disappointed. Like, that kind of statement can be helpful too. What's really tricky is that anytime we take customer feedback that's too direct or too prescriptive, it can get kind of weird. And the best way I know to describe that is like, you know, the analogy I would use is, imagine we were chefs and we do our best to make an amazing meal and we give it to somebody and they eat it and we get to try to get feedback. And the feedback is like, I didn't really like that. And then you go like, oh, really? What didn't you like about it? And they say, well, just, maybe that was too salty, or maybe that was a little bland, or that just was dry. They might give descriptions of their experience. And then we go, I know how to address that. But the chef wouldn't say, well, what do you think I should do differently next time? How should I tweak that to your taste? That's not because the person can't know. Some people probably do know, but it's because as soon as you take somebody out of the this is my experience mode of thought, because this is really easy. I can talk about, oh, I had fun, I didn't have fun, that was neat, I liked that, I didn't like that. This is really easy. Once you say, and what should I do about it? Or what should I do next? Now they're putting on a different hat and they're imagining what might be good. And that's actually really hard to do. That's actually kind of our job in a sense, right? Um, and sometimes you'll have, I think, there are player DM combos out there where the player will just go, yeah, here, I can tell you, here's my suggestion. And especially players that you trust and people who you want to get that type of feedback from. But honestly, it's not exactly that players or users or whatever don't know what they want. They know what they want, but what they don't necessarily know is how to communicate that to us in a way that we can then like action on that and make that. So like I said, my thought goes to, what kind of stories are really exciting? What are your favorite books? What are your favorite movies? What are TV shows that you still think about nowadays? Like stuff like that, because that's going to get them talking about what they understand 100%. And then you can listen to that and go, okay, so I'm hearing like these types of things. And then you can do some research and, cook them up an experience. That'd be, yeah, that'd be my thought on that. Ivarus had a bad time. First time being a DM, but I wasn't with the right people. I'm trying again. I hope it's better. Yeah, I hope it is too for you. I mean, it's it's a social game. It's more about the people than anything else, I think. I mean, my first game campaign that I built that's still running today, I literally interviewed the players. We didn't have friends that played D&D, so we went basically in our city on Facebook to the group of like people looking for D&D, and I, put out a call. People reached out, and I literally had like one-on-one interviews with people to like find what seemed like would be a good fit, a good group of people. Because it's really hard, that social dynamic. It's no different than any other social dynamic, I mean, it's going to be spending a lot of time with people. If it's a good fit, anything's possible. And if it's a bad fit, there's probably nothing you can do. Hey, Yuko, sorry. What material would you recommend using for crafts other than crafting foam? Well, this is mostly XPS or extruded polystyrene foam. I'll also use Ready Board, like the cheap, like dollar store foam with like the paper on it. Two links are going to pop up there. One is a video I made about the different types of foam that you can use for crafting, and the other one is my recommended tools, stuff that I use that I would, recommend. There are some different materials. I'm definitely primarily a foam crafter. I think you can use cardboard and do awesome stuff. Sometimes I've used that. Chipboard. Sometimes I use that. I do actually a lot of crafting even with paper. Sometimes that's easier to work with in different ways. Clay. I use clay too. Not as often, but I definitely use it. I would say that a good rule of thumb, if you find yourself in a position to be making foam buildings, making an interior at all, making it playable, it's just going to double or triple the amount of time. If all you have to worry about is what it looks on the outside, like a lot of like what I've done so far has been trying to take care of. This isn't even the side that you see. This is the rear wall. And so this is the interior that I'll be starting with to sort of design what that inside wall looks like. And there's still a lot of work to be done there, or work in general, because it's just green foam still. But it changes things a lot when you have to actually like think about playability, the inside, think about multiple levels, all the magnets. I should have a magnet count for these projects. I actually don't honestly know how many magnets I have on this build. Stats can be fun sometimes.